I'm glad I'm Buddhist. I don't care about what I look like in there because it requires you to take a picture on YouTube.
Uh,
Oh man. All right. So, um, hello to everyone across the world. I think you all can see us. Let me make this bright. Maybe if I make this screen bright, everything will be magnified. Where what we're doing here right now. Okay. So obviously you see us. Do you remember Tukta?
yeah.
She's watching right now. Say hi to her.
Hello.
um, obviously we're in a parking lot at 11 o'clock at night. So obviously this is not a show like everything else I've been doing. Not a show. Um, so Austin got a really kick. We all know a couple days ago when he tried this meditation with me out on the beach, he got a kick out of it. So now he's over here with me, and he just can't wait to meditate again. So I said, all right, let me grab my little tripods, and here we are. Look at he's so excited. He just can't wait to do this. Um, so we're gonna be doing the chant of metta. What you all should expect happen is St. Pete Police showing up here with a spotlight on us, asking why are we in the parking lot meditating at 11 o'clock at night.
Oh, yeah, let's hope that does not happen.
And my legal defense would be so that the boogeyman would stop existing and more Buddhist angels appear in the world. So I don't think we need any more additional lights. I think we're doing just fine. So at this time, whoever wants to meditate with us can get into your position at home and prepare to meditate on the mindfulness of the breath, anapanasati, and metta meditation. All right. So Austin, if you can put that near your shoe and face it towards this, yeah, like just put it there so that the sound's coming this way and not over there, because the neighbor's gonna be like, "What is happening?
Sound good?
Why is there chant of metta at 11 o'clock at night outside of my house?"
What in the actual?
So at this time, our backs are straight, shoulders are relaxed, clearing everything in our minds. Take 3 deep breaths. Back straight, shoulders relaxed, relaxing all the muscles on our face. As we complete our last breath, we are now at peace. You are now at peace. During this meditation, you will focus and notice the rising and falling of the abdomen, how it inflates when you breathe in, how it deflates when you breathe out. For the next 60 seconds, you can focus on the sounds of the crickets and imagine that you are in a forest at peace, serenity, tranquility, peace with the forest, peace with the trees, peace with all the animals that reside. Take 2 deep breaths. Breathing in, you know you're breathing in. Breathing out, you know you're breathing out. Breathing in long, you notice it is long. Breathing out long, you know it is out long. Breathing in, we notice our abdomen is rising. Breathing out, our abdomen deflates. Mindfulness of the posture, we remind ourselves the back is straight, shoulders relaxed, all of the muscles on our face is relaxed, with a small smile on our face, realizing we are at peace. The right hand on top of the left hand, with the two thumbs barely touching each other, as we prepare to meditate on loving kindness. Two deep breaths. May you be well.
Kroger Delivery will make your dollars stretch this holiday season.
That's lovely. We return back to our meditation. Two deep breaths. You repeat in your head, may I be well. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be free from mental suffering. May I be free from physical suffering. all your wishes be fulfilled. 2 deep breaths. Breathing in, you know you're breathing in. Breathing out, you know you're breathing out. May you be well. May you be happy. May you always be healthy. May you be free from suffering. May all your wishes be fulfilled. And slowly, we relax our concentration and prepare to arise from this meditation. And slowly we open our eyes. How was it?
It was very effective.
Well, we're not done yet. I'm actually
It
going.
is very effective.
What's going through your mind?
Nothing, which is great.
Blank.
Yes.
Like
a
the
new
sky.
beginning, blissful, joyful, regenerated, refreshed.
Xin chào hết tất cả. Chúc mừng năm mới. Bên đây là năm mới. So now I want to put on a different. Ooh, we got a plane coming by. I wanted to put on monks chanting, but it's like one of the most beautiful thing ever. Uh, and in the chant, I just want you to, during, as you're listening to that, you can be mindful of the chant, but the key here is to focus on the breath. You want to make that into a habit of any time when you're stressed out, you return immediately to the breath. That's why even in the traffic books it says that when you're stressed out to take deep breaths. You know, and of course they got that from us. So there's times when everyone is stressed out and you can instantly access nirvana by and through the breath. So as you listen to this, without me having to guide you, try to remind yourself of the posture, remind yourself of relaxing all the muscles in the face, focus on the breath, the rising and falling of the abdomen. Notice when your breath is short, notice when you're basically analyzing and just watching the breath. Literally a witness to the breath, the expert witness to the breath. And with that, you keep your mind still. It doesn't jump, it can't jump. It's a one-pointed concentration technique. Okay? So at this time, for all of those, follow the same instructions of mindfulness of the breath. And we're going to listen to Theravada monk chanting. Three deep breaths.
Yani bhutani samagatani kumani vaya antalinke sambheva bhuta sumana bhavantu atopi sankancha sunantu vasitam tasmani bhutani samita sambhe karota manusiya bhajaya divacharanto haranti ye baling tasmaine rangata ampamanta yang kinci vintang idva horang vasang suayam ratanang panitang nano samang anti tatagatina idam pibunde ratanang panitang itena sanchena suantiyoto hayang viragang amatang panitang yadandaka sankyamuni samahito natena dhammena samanti kinci idam pidamme ratanang panitang etena sanchena suantiyoto yang bunda sento parivannahi sucing samadhimanantarikanyamao samadhinatena samona vidyati idam pidamme ratanang panitang etena sanchena suantiyoto ye punggala anta satam pasanta chantari etani yugani onti te dankiniya sugatan sasavakai te sudinnani mahambalani idam pisanghe ratanang panitang etena sanchena suantiyoto ye sumpayunta manasa dalhena nikkamino gotama sasanami te panti panta amatang viga යතින්ද කීලෝ පටවිම් සිතෝසියා චතුම් විවාතේහි අසම්පකම්පියෝ තතුපමං සම්පුරිසං වදාමියෝ අරිය සංචානි අවෙන්ච පන්සති ඉදම්පි සංගේ රතනං පනීතං ඒතේන සංචේන සුවන්ති හෝතු යේ අරිය සංචානි විභාවයන්ති ගම්බීර පඤ්ඤේන සුදේශිතානි කිංචාපිතේ හොන්ති පුසම්පමන්තානතේ බවං අන්තමං ආනියන්ති ඉදම්පි සංගේ රතනං පනීතං තේන සංචේන සුවන්ති හෝතු සහවංස දංසන සම්පදාය කයං සුතම්මා ජනිතා භවන්ති සංකාය දින්ති විචිකිංචිතං ච සීලම්බතං වාපියකන්ති කිංචි චතුහ පායේහි ච විම්පමුන්තෝ චචාපිතානානි අබම්බෝකාතුං ඉදම්පි සංගේ රතනං පනීතං ඒතේන සංචේන සුවන්ති හෝතු කිංචාපිසෝ කම්මං කරෝති පාපකං කායේන වාචා උදචේතසාවා අබම්බෝසෝ තංස පටිච්චාදාය අබම්බතාදින්ත පදංස හොන්තා ඉදම්පි සංගේ රතනං පනීතං ඒතේන සංචේන සුවන්ති හෝතු වනම්පගුම්බේ යතා පුන්සිතං ඒකිම් ආනමාසේ පටමන් නිංගිම්හේ තතුපමං ධම්ම වරං දේසයි නිම්බානගාමින් පරමං හිතාය ඉදම්පි බුන්දේ රතනං පනීතා වරෝ වරඤ්ඤෝ වරදෝ වරහරෝ අනන්තරෝ ධම්ම වරං අදේසයි ඉදම්පි බුන්දේ රතනං පනීතා තථාගතං දේව මනුස්ස පූජිතං සංඝං නමස්සාම සුවති හෝතු ඒතේන සංච වන්දේන හෝතු තේ ජය මංගලං ඒතේන සංච වන්දේන හෝතු තේ ජය මංගලං ඒතේන සංච වන්දේන හෝතු තේ ජය මංගලං ඒවං මේ සුතං ඒකං සමයං භගවා සාවන්තියං විහෙරති 제තවනේ අනාථ පින්ඩිකංස ආරාමේ අතකෝ අඤ්ඤතරා දේවතා අභික්ඛන්ති
Slowly, we bring our attention back to the present moment. Slowly easing off our concentration from the breath. Slowly we arise from our meditation and slowly open our eyes. You like it?
But yeah,
What happened?
I got to a point where I felt like I could even do this if I opened my eyes. Like you feel like you have total control in the most uncontrolled way.
Mm. You know, neurosurgeons, they have to. Neurosurgeons? Mm-hmm. They master the art of mindfulness because one mistake, someone's brain's done.
Right.
But they remain calm, collective. They use their breathing to pace them. Surgical precision while working on the brain. They're standing for 14 hours on someone's brain.
Right.
So they have to remain calm, constant alert, awake. Basically, in those moments, they're actually in nirvana with the brain. And nirvana just means that you are totally in the present moment without thinking about the past or the future, and you are free from disturbing emotions. And that's what a neurosurgeon is that he has to master that so that he's not ticked off about his wife. He's not thinking about past breakups.
Right.
He's not thinking about future bills, so that he can just simply work on someone and fix them. That, or, you know, a couple $1 million in lawsuit later.
Malpractice insurance.
Uh.
I feel like it improves everything too. Like I feel like I can see the like. Sounds kind of funny, but I can see like every single like detail in the tree. Like you just pay attention. You can focus so much better on everything.
It's amazing how you can hone in
Yeah.
that quickly. That's scary. I've never had students or even meditators that I've taught that are able to be at peace so quickly.
I feel like even now that we've stopped meditating, I'm like still harnessing on that energy, so I'm functioning normally, but I'm still feeling that, you know, energy like
Mm.
go through me.
Mm. You've never done walking meditation with me before, huh? You wanna try it?
Sure. I still feel like I'm meditating right now.
Well,
All jokes aside, seriously.
let me move these to where Oh, you want to be barefoot when we're doing this?
Sure.
So come towards this way a little bit. We'll come back this way.
ආර්යදන්තාන දන්සනං නිම්බාන සංචිකිරියා
Walking meditation
ඒතං
is stand there for a second.
පුන්තංස ලෝක ධම්මී චින්තං යන්සන කම්පති අසෝකං
Actually, if you use this line right here, actually you stay on the line. You stay on the line. And so both hands here. And basically there's 3 steps to walking meditation, which is the foot comes up, the foot goes forward, and then that completes 1 step. But every single step, you're basically kissing the earth with your feet. Right? Basically kissing the earth with your feet. And yeah, and this is a very slow, deliberate, conscious steps. And you're just basically looking 45 degrees in front of you. And you're like totally in the moment. This is what the Buddha did. He would sit meditate. And he would do walking meditation. Just make your turn very slow, deliberate. Turn back to walking meditation. And you may feel every sensation in your feet. How cold the ground is. Every sensation. The heels, the arch, the toes. And this cultivates patience and tolerance in life. The fact that when we're walking and we don't even notice each step, like people in New York, when they're constantly running around. Look at people in New York, realize they're not at peace when they're walking. And this cultivates peace with every step.
පටිඝ සංඥා ඥාඤ්ඤ මඤ්ඤංස දුක්ඛ මිච්ඡේය මාතා යතා නියං පුන්කං ආයුසා ඒක පුන්ත මනුරංකේ ඒවං පිසම් Ma උන්දං අදෝච පිරියංච අසංහාදං අවේරං අසපන්තං තින්ඨං චරං නිසින්නෝවා සයානෝ ආයාවතංස
That he's so careful with each step that he doesn't step even on an ant.
ඊතං සතින් අදින්තේය බ්‍රහ්මමීතං විහාරං ඉදමාහෝ දින්තිංච අනුපගම්ම සීලවා දන්සනීන සම්පන්නෝ කාමීසු
You can turn where you want.
නහි ජාතු ගම්වසේයං පුනරේති
Like
สมายอภิญญาย
Oh yes.
สังโฆ
It's on
ดา
now.
ยนิมบานายสังวันตติอายมีอาริโย
See, it takes effect.
All the gradients and
Yeah.
มังโกเสยติดังสัมมาดินทิสัมมาสังกัปโปสัมมาวาจาสัมมากัมมันโตสัมมาอาជីวสัมมาวายามสัมมาสติสัมมาสมาธิอายังโกสาภิกขเวมัญญิมาปฏิปดาตถาคเตนะอภิสัมพุนธาจังโฆกรณีญาณกรณีอุปสัมมายอภิญญายสัมโพธายนิมบานายสังวันตติอิดังโกปันภิกขเวดุขังอริยสัจจังญาติปิดุขาจาราปิดุขาव्याधिปิดุโกมรณัมปิดุขังอัมปิเยหิสัมปโยโกดุโกเยหิวิมปโยโกดุโกยังตินชังนลาภติตัมปิดุขังสังคินเตนะปัญจุปาดานังขันธาดุขังอิดังโคปันภิกขเวดุขสมุทัยังอริยสัจจังยายังตัณหาโพโนภวิกานันติราคสากตาตันตรตันตราภินันดินีเสยติดังคามตัณหาภวตัณหาวิภวตัณหาอิดังโกปันภิกขเวดุขนิโรธังอริยสัจจังโยตัสสะเยวตัณหายอเสสวิราคนิโรโธจาโกปฏินิสสังโฆมุนติอนาลโยอิดังโกปันภิกขเวดุขนิโรธกามินีปฏิปดาอริยสัจจังอายมิวะอริโยอันตังนิโกมังโกเสยติดังสัมมาดินทิสัมมาสังกัปโปสัมมา
Oh, you wanna grab your stuff and come this way?
วาจาสัมมากัมมันโตสัมมาจิโยสัมมาวายา
Ooh. That tell come closer to the left, because so that the camera can see you. Why don't you tell them your experience? I Let me fix one of the cameras.
I'm at a loss for words with how to describe this. I guess if I had to put like an equivalent feeling, I would say jumping into a very soothing, cool pool, or when you first get a new glasses prescription and put it on, or when you're completely in control of a moment. It's just, I don't know, I don't think that there's any better feeling you can feel. So it's very, for a lack of words, because I'm so relaxed right now, it's just, honestly, it's just the best feeling.
I don't understand why you waited so long to practice this.
I don't know either.
Did you know that you've been missing out on this your whole life?
It just feels like your entire body is regenerating in the moment you're doing it. You feel like you have total control of yourself. You're not worrying about anything. You feel like, it feels like a holy grail for preventing possible ailments of the body, for healing ailments of the body, especially mentally. Makes you smile, refreshes everything.
You regret not practicing this earlier in your life.
Oh, if I would have really like focused on the effects of this, I would have done this a long time ago. I feel like this can help with all aspects of your life. If you're studying, if you're stressed with work, if you're stressed at home, if you're stressed with anything, this, I don't know, you can't even put a monetary value on that feeling, to be honest. It's just like, feels like nothing can bother you in the moment. It's the most refreshing feeling, so.
So as we were doing this, I realized you were really into it, because those who are not would just get up and they're like, my back hurts, my neck, they start complaining, and they just get up and they started try to get away from the activity. What I describe this is leading you into nirvana with me, leading you into enlightenment with me. And the definition of enlightenment has two definitions, but the one that I'm talking about is being in the present moment, with free from disturbing emotions, not thinking about the past or the future. You're just so in the moment, and that you have described, and that you have.
You literally feel like the inflammation, the pressure, the swelling, the tenseness just starts to shrink from outside in, and just you can feel it slowly, like it feels like your body is just caving inwards, just every second just refreshing, and it just goes all and just vanishes. So you feel lighter than, you feel like you have no weight, no weight value.
Kind of like in space,
Yeah,
no gravity.
You feel like you're just floating, just if you really do it effectively, I suppose.
So let me tell you, I don't think I ever told you as your best friend my experience in 2017 while I was doing my silent retreat. And it was around this time frame, like I think it was November. I gotta go back to my journal. But between 11 at night to 1 in the morning, I closed my eyes, back straight, closed my eyes. I took all these really deep breaths, and then I went into literally like space that you see up there. I could no longer feel my body. I was just there, but I know I was there. That's a good thing to know that wherever you are, you're there.
Right.
You remember watching Homer Simpson?
Yeah.
And like sometimes they go into the universe where there's little black dots.
Right.
And I was there for 20 minutes. But then when I opened my eyes, number one, I was not happy when I opened my eyes, because I realized, oh my God, I'm back. Why am I back on Earth? Where was I? But I knew that I was completely at peace at that little universe that I was with. So I described that to the people, that was like my glimpse of nirvana. Literally a taste of actual peace.
I feel like any stressor or anything that you're worried about, whether it be school, bills, relationship, home life, whatever. When you do this and you reflect afterward, anything is like you can tackle anything, and it just puts a whole different light on whatever you're going through in a positive way.
The fact that I could no longer feel physical pain or just the weight that we're feeling now, and I was just there,
Yeah.
that was like, not. And then when I started teaching death meditation, I realized that that's what death is like. It's like taking off a tight shoe.
Right.
That your consciousness will continue, and you literally know where you are proceeding, where you are, and but there's no more feeling of physical sensation, and that was I was so mad. I was back, and I can feel the gravity and weight of my body, and I'm like, what? So when Venerable Yuta Tamo, which you have met, remember Yuta Tamo
Yeah.
up in Dunedin, when he spoke about heavenly time in a story, where it was just wife and this husband, and then they, he died, and then he went here, and then she went to heaven, something like that. And in heavenly time, it was like the exact same experience I was, 20 minutes up there. But in actual human time, the actual clock ticking was 11, 12, 1, 6, 3 hours. So for 3 hours, I could not feel my body, but was in that realm of peace. That was amazing. But you are not supposed to believe me when I tell you that. You're supposed to continue this practice until you actually get to that state. And then you realize, when you get to that state, you realize, oh my God. And you realize that you don't fear death anymore. You realize that what is going to unfold when you get to that stage. And the fact that you can access that anytime, anywhere in the world. And I was indoors with AC, with 4 walls, and I went there. I was not at the beach during this training. As a matter of fact, there was a lot of people around me. There's walls, but there was a lot of people around me, and I just basically just didn't mind people, whatever they were doing. I realized that night I was very determined. I just wanted peace. And I forced my breath, something you're not supposed to do, but I realized that I was like, just take me there, and so this is just your beginning experience.
Very powerful.
Now, not too long ago, there was a woman that had a near-death experience, where she told me she also had an out-of-the-body experience, and I was able to relate to her because of my own experience. You can't sit there and be like, yeah, I know exactly how you feel, where you've been, where you're at, if you haven't experienced it, the out-of-body experience.
There's been like times where certain circumstances will put me in this sort of feeling, but the fact that you know exactly how to get there at any time, any place with this is basically the key to that. So that's...
The funny thing is that when I drag these tripods out, and I'm giving guided meditation, in the most, and I've told people this, in the most honest sense, I'm like, you all realize I don't do it for y'all, right? I do it for me. Because I was really enjoying it.
Reap the benefits of
Because
my relaxation.
And then there was one point where I was over there, and I just activated the camera, and I just didn't even give guided meditations because I was so enjoying the silence. There was no music. It's just the sound of the water. And I was out there, and it was just a very...
The crickets, too.
Self-centered thing of a monk to just not even guided meditation. He just... and people were just like, hello? Are you going to say something? But, the past 5 years, I've been meditating a lot, and it's like you can't just continue teaching it and not do it.
It just feels like a constant cool breeze, like coming over your body, like circulating everywhere.
Wow, that's amazing. there's not enough air to go through my body.
Exactly. People are watching this like, huh?
They'll get it one day.
Mm.
They practice hard enough, they will feel what you feel. It's just, that's the thing. And the Buddha described this when it came to nirvana. He described, there's a lake over there. He describes as the tortoise? What do you call that? A turtle, but there's another term for it.
Tortoise?
A tortoise?
Yeah.
A tortoise?
I was like, wait, what do you mean tortoise? I think we were referencing like a couple, color or something.
So, tortoise?
Tortoise.
Whatever. Why don't we just say damn turtle? So the the Buddha described this turtle taking a walk on land. He goes and enjoys his walk on land. That was his enlightenment. And he comes back and the fish is like, hey, what's up, dude? Why don't you tell us about your experience on land? Like, what's land like? He's like, there's no water. It's dry land. You know, put your little foot over there. And the fish just can't seem to grasp what dry land is like. No matter how much he describes it. So, enlightenment and nirvana is just that. Again, I believe that my closest experience to a taste of peace, and I'm not fully enlightened, I'm not an arahant, I'm not a Buddha, is the fact that the ability to leave my body, to leave a physical thing that needs so much maintenance. The gravity, just all the nerves, everything that we feel, the ability to leave. I'm talking about, I don't know how much
Checked out. Like,
yeah, how much,
see ya.
yeah, how much money someone has to spend to even buy that experience.
You can't, there's no way.
Priceless.
It's better than any vacation, any
It
drug,
is.
any substance, any medicine. Well, this is medicine.
The ironic part was the place where I took my training was filled with suffering, filled with despair in the room. And the fact that I could do that in a room filled with despair, anxiety, depression, and just poof, kind of like Harry Potter with the wand, just poof, just doop, you know? Oh, and I think only people astronauts, I don't think astronaut come
No,
close
you
to that.
No.
You can't even. And I'm glad that you only have. Let me rephrase that. I'm glad you got to experience this before you leave California. And I will make my effort to find my other guided meditations for you to listen to. But pretty soon you practice it. So, I mean, just basic. What I practiced for 15 years straight was the Butto technique. In breath, But. Out breath, To. But. To. It basically means Buddha in Thailand. It's one which knows. So breathing in, you know you're breathing in. Breathing out, you know you're breathing out.
You know, another one that would be interesting, if it is, it would be like a visual meditation with like fire, or like looking at, you know, when you look at fire and slow it down, or at the water. That also sounds like it would work too.
The imagery about that is we don't want to assault. We don't know what people's memory are like when it comes to fire.
I see.
Some people could have like, oh yeah, my house burned down 5 years ago.
Depends on the person and the circumstance, I
Yeah.
guess.
And then what was that? Is it that frosty out here? And so you don't want to bring back PTSD.
Got it.
What I'm teaching you is the exact precise method that the Buddha left us.
Holy Grail method.
And there's a reason why he doesn't bring to mind certain things. But you know what? When we're near the ocean, I will have guided meditation with the waves, the analogy of the waves, the analogy of the iceberg, where you're peeking up like little iceberg, but on the bottom you have this huge foundation. The analogy of diving deep, subtle. When you get to the bottom, it's subtle, complete calm, still, and the ability to look up and see how turbulent the surface is. The analogy of the surface being so turbulent and you cannot seem to dive because no one taught you how to dive down.
Yeah.
The meditation helps you to do that, just to dive all the way down. Just basically just knowing how to hold your breath.
I just feel like I'm like evaporating. Like everything's just like, just like, yes, get it out.
I want to share this last story with you. Ajahn Mun, one of the great Arahant of Thailand, fully enlightened being. Before he died, I think he caught malaria or something like that. And he says, "Grab me my Sangati," which is in another piece, outer robe. And he was guided with his assistants, his other monks, students, to prostrate in front of the Buddha. He says, "Bring me to the Buddha so I can prostrate to him." And lo and behold, he gets off the boat. He makes his way up. He bows once. He goes twice. And on the third prostration, he did not get back up. I would imagine that he took his deep breaths, paid his respect, and on the third prostration, he became fully enlightened being in that moment and passed away into nirvana.
Yeah.
That man will never take rebirth again. He will never come back as a human again. And his student was like, "Hello?" And they tried to detect a breath, and they was not able to detect a breath.
Wow.
But the fact that you can time your own death, and in the Tibetan tradition, if you practice well enough, you can basically understand your biological clock. And when you get older, you actually know when you're going to clock out. And when you study medicine deep enough, long enough, you realize that when your senses start to go, like literally the ear, like, huh? What? That start to go. Your eyesight start to get blurry, as if you're like the inject propofol, the anesthesia medicine, right? And then literally you start to just whiz out. And yeah, when you start whizzing out, you realize that
Telltale signs of
imminent
inevitable.
death. Yeah, telltale sign of the imminent death. And within those few seconds that you have left, that the failing of vital forces, you have to then use your breath to be completely calm, at peace, and to let anger go, greed, anger, and any ignorance of the Four Noble Truth, and you will become a fully enlightened being in that moment, like that. It's like the lottery. Okay, you check your phone now. You're dying to do that.
No, I was listening. I'm just like, I'm literally like visualizing everything as you're saying it in my mind.
Yeah, that's it. If you don't want to come back another round of COVID, these are the precise instructions that the Buddha left us. The methodology in order to get to that point where, at the moment of death, if you let go of those three things, you have won the ticket. You have defeated your mind. You graduated, literally graduated. An Arahant who is one who has graduated in that moment, just with the breath.
Very powerful.
Is this your water, mine?
That is,
What's yours?
I think that might be one of them. Is
Here you go.
okay.
Oh yeah. Oh goodness, it's getting late. But this is such a profound experience for everyone that's watching, for me, for you. I can't believe you could experience all of this without meditating. You don't meditate in Cali, do you?
No.
Jeez. How about we collect our socks?
Yeah.
Can you grab mine over there too?
Yep.
you know, our experience can be magnified if we did this underneath a tree. The energy of the tree, the root of of the tree. So tomorrow, after the beach situation,
Yeah,
we'll find like a really nice tree, sit underneath it.
that sounds good.
I think I know where I want to take you.
Ryan wants me to FaceTime him, so I will
Oh, go ahead.
step out of the
Sure. I'll entertain our guest. Let me scooch closer to you guys. Okay, who's got questions? Ooh. Alright, we got no questions over there. Everyone's been very patient and respectful on Instagram. And I swore I thought I seen something on here. While doing this, should our eyes be closed? It's ideal that when you meditate, it's easier to focus on the breath if your eyes are closed. When that particular faculty is activated, it's harder to focus. It's because you're taking in information and it's easy to get distracted. But technically, yes, you can keep your eyes open. I just find it very distracting. Again, once you've mastered the basics every day when you're doing stuff, you're mindful. You know exactly what's happening, what's unfolding. But for beginners, you should close your eyes.
Hey.
So. Austin is so loud. What was profound about tonight is Austin's really into this. And I'm like, you're my best friend for like 15 years. You've never meditated. How did you able to just tap in as if you've been meditating for so long? It beats me. Truly does. Are you good?
Talk about the total opposite of what the practices of meditation are doing. He's
Oh.
at a giant dinner and it just distracted everything.
He what?
He was at a giant dinner full of like 10 people around, and I'm like, that is the total opposite of what we are practicing right now.
Oh, I don't think he'll ever get to the state where he can sit still.
This is the best feeling there is.
Mm.
I am back.
Mm.
Sorry about that interruption.
No, you're good. I don't want to leave this place.
I know this is.
And to think that the Buddha, after his enlightenment, he actually did not stop. After his enlightenment, after fully enlightened being, becoming a fully enlightened being, he continued to meditate. I mean, sounds to me he was quite addicted to peace, right? And continued to do walking meditation. And he did 3 things. He sat, sitting meditation, walking meditation, and teach, and just repeat for 45 years before he died.
Yeah. And something is effective when you can feel your senses, like your sinuses draining, your eyes like watering, you feel like life going through your hair follicles, like everything just feels like regenerating. It's a good feeling. Feels like your skin is soft and cold and smooth.
This is gonna be one hell of a video to go back to, Austin.
Yeah, very.
My jaw is like dropping literally from your accounts.
Remember, we're taking a video right now, to be honest.
Yeah, thank God for these videos, just because it really truly serves as a documentary later. I swear someone's gonna do a movie on me. I swear someone out there is gonna be like, well, look at everyone that he's led, and these are, this is what they want you. Someone out there's got to start gathering evidence of people's experiences of peace. Is it important? Well, it'll be compelling for people who haven't meditated, but for those who've tasted peace, they carry themselves in a very different way. Like I said, when you see certain monks you meet, you don't really feel peaceful right away. And some monks, you're just like, oh my God, what is it about you? I mean, like when I was in Vietnam, there was this one monk that sat so far away underneath a tree meditating. He emanated this force field of peace that you could feel, like, my God, it felt like 500, 1,000 yards away, you know? And I was like, whoa, that's powerful. The fact that he could literally detain you with his peace. He didn't even look at people. He was literally actively meditating at this monastery. I mean, he was just all by himself. You literally looked at him and you just stop. Your whole life just stops. And that statement, the visual of him alone makes you stop and rethink about your life. I was very moved by that. Very moved by that at a very young age. I was like, did not want to go to the club that night. Tell you that.
I feel like my level of concentration after that is so like, the most like the max, the like optimal level of like any sort of focus you could feel. I'm feeling it right now. Like every word is like sticking. Like I could recite like. It's like
You do this long enough, and you're like, what? I gotta go back to work or something like that? You don't. This is why people get hooked into the monkhood. Literally, once they taste certain peace, they're like,
But
I'm
just
not going
experiencing
back.
this piece, I feel like going into work, it's like cool. I feel good. Like, oh, work, not like, oh, work, you know? But,
That's amazing. My life is complete. From your accounts, my life is fulfilled. Wishes fulfilled.
seriously though, I feel like no like dollar value, no anything can compare to this feeling. Like, it's just a whole different thing.
Mm. And so, Austin, when you met Venerable Yuta Tammo and he spoke and I sat there and I'm not sure how well you paid attention, but his mom snapped the one picture and I still have it on my other iPad, and I was so blissed out with his peace and presence that the picture said it all. It said it all. It literally said, wishes fulfilled, I am complete, just based on his presence alone. And when he spoke, it was just magnificent. And why am I telling you this? And what is it like? Well, when monks have attained a certain level of peace, and you're in the presence of another person who has attained that level of peace, the consecutive concurrent wave of understanding, and you can just sit there. I mean, me and him, we can just sit there and just look at each other and not say a word, and to just share the most profound peace of silence, the silence of peace, for hours until we get physically tired, and to be in the presence of that, to share that moment. You know what I mean? And you did the walking meditation over there, but I think at that time you were more self-conscious and you weren't in the present moment because you were self-conscious about so many people watching you. Are you doing it right? So I still have videos of it. So when you go back and you look at the iPhone, that's just why I do what I do.
I will definitely go back and look at this one. That's
Right.
for sure.
But you can tell you were like heightened alert about other people watching you.
Right.
And I was just trying to, and I should have just took off I was wearing these darn things. I was wearing the Crocs, and while I was doing it, just because I was so excited, I got to do this with him. But, we suspect that man might be a saint. So it's no joke. And if you remember that when I went and bowed to him, he lowered himself with me, and
Oh.
that was like I died. I was like I died. I just completely died when he did that. Just because he's all the way up there, and to just humbly come down with me. Um, wow, that is a humble man. That is a humble man. I did not expect that. Just from a junior dumb monk showing up. Okay. Paying due respect, proper respect. And so he went to my monastery, and then he took off to Dunedin. And when I spoke to him, I spoke to my teacher about him. My teacher says, "Did you know that he's most venerable?" Hua Teng, HT. HT is the highest that you can go in our tradition. And I was like, you have determined that he's most venerable? Like most venerable. And I was like, oh, that just made, I had to go see him. And you knew how important it was for me to go see him. I had to coordinate all of those assistants. It was like paparazzi. Remember?
Yeah.
Remember all the kids that was running around with all of the media? Oh, and I couldn't even tell you the amount of gray hair I had, making sure that the iPad did not fail, the two iPad that did not fail, the Nikon, the Canon, like, but it all didn't matter. Once I asked them where should I sit, and quite frankly, it was a little disrespectful that I sat on the same level as he did. Technically, I'm supposed to sit lower than him, like literally below him, and not sideline table like that. But I was just confused. I was just so excited and confused and not mindful because I was so excited and so moved that I took my meditation cushion and sat sideline with him. In our tradition, only if you are the same, most venerable as he is, to sit leveled like that. If you are below him, which I was, you need to sit. And when remember we took that group picture, and I said everybody below him, and you and my
Yeah.
mom below him, and I had to control the picture so that it's right and correct. But all of the anxiety went away with all of the assistant not doing their job when he started speaking onto the microphone. And I tried to meditate because I didn't want to just like look at him. I thought that was rude if I just
Right.
so I was like, like all these eyes on us, and I just realized that now's a good time to just close your eyes, Jidao, and just hone in on his words. And I did that, and again, somebody snapped this one picture of me, and you can just tell I was just the most contented kid on the face of the planet. So I just wanted to bring that memory back because you were present there. You were present in one of the most pivotal cardinal event of my life in my monk career, to the fact that he lives all the way up in Canada, and his mom so happens to be in Dunedin, and here I am scrolling through Facebook, and he was at my monastery, and then was teaching at the Dunedin the next day, and I died through the whole process because I was like, where is he again? What do I have to do now to get everyone together for this? It was frantic, but it was so worth it. Yeah, I aged 100 years, but I also gained back the 100 years. Stuck on trying to find a clear goal for my life. How do I focus on seeking that goal?
Rewind this video.
No. This video was all meditation. Don't go. So the username is really I'll just say the first part of it, really. So username, really, I would invite you to, I'll just send you the CBT book. How about you just DM me your email address, and I'll send you the CBT book. And in the CBT book, there's the goal section, I think chapter like 9 or something like that, 8 or 9 in the CBT book, that helps you address your goals. That's Fastest. That's the fastest, most accurate way to do it. I don't want to leave this seat.
The only thing that will
We're not even at the lake. We got to kick out of the lake. We're just sitting here in the parking lot waiting for St. Pete Police to come. And I don't want to leave this.
very peaceful.
I'm at peace knowing that this house right here's got a house full of guns.
Yeah, you feel like nothing phases you.
What is the CBT book? It's the Cognitive Behavioral Therapy book by Wilson and Branch. So anyone who's interested in the Wilson and Branch CBT book, send me your email. I'll send you the copy of it. Anyone who's got issues in life, stress, agitation, depression, the whole shebang, CBT help you all day, every day. And what we're sharing now, Austin, is that silence, that peace. That's the feeling. That's why we don't want to leave this place.
It's amazing how this feeling trumps like any other feeling, to be honest.
What I want to comment is for people who are in love and have a partner, the fact that, yeah, you enjoy all of these things with your partner, and the fact that one last checklist is to bring them towards nirvana with you and to share this profound silence of intimacy and pure, indestructible joy. I think that's like multiple cherries on top of a cake.
Multiple.
Like a whole bucket to be in love and whoever partner that you're with, and to share that finally, and to just access that even when you have stressful days. It's kind of hard because once you have a
Very
partner,
effective to do with a partner, actually.
yeah, but one thing about partnerships and in love is that there's a lot of attachment.
Yeah, but if you could just sit there and disassociate from that, I feel like you could this is like a key to like rejuvenating relationships too. You can both get on the same mind wave when, I don't know, you can really focus and think about where you want to go and effectively.
Mm. I've never done this with anyone. They just don't have the memories, attention span long enough to do it. And to think that my own best friend who don't meditate can sustain this amount of sustaining.
I still feel like I'm feeling the feeling right now.
So that light over there just turned on. So you're gonna hear a gun rack in about 10 seconds. And me telling Scott, it's me, don't shoot.
Fortunately or unfortunately, I do have to use the bathroom at some point.
Well, don't do it over there. Mm.
The fact with this, you can turn any situation or any place you're at into like the best place on.
Literally, this is
Anywhere.
our heaven. This is literally our cloud.
But the fact you can do this anywhere is pretty amazing.
In a parking lot. This constitutes trespassing.
You can disassociate from anything.
There's a light pole in front of us, tree, ugly fence, but we're just at peace right here. Literally, we just created our own heaven here. With just through the breath, you can create heaven wherever you're at. I mean, to even been grateful to sit on this asphalt and see the cracks in the asphalt. Just to see beauty of a leaf that's on the ground that we stepped on. Actually, to even realize impermanence is this leaf. Here, hold one. Grab it, whole look at it. To realize the decay, to realize that it fell from life. Just, this is us. Us, we are the leaf. Old age, decay, disease, and subsequent death, which is this color of this leaf.
But if you have this key and going into that, that will alleviate a whole can of negative.
You have a neutral energy.
A neutral energy.
A neutral. It's not pleasant. It's not unpleasant. It's neutral. Literally, in one of our meditation is meditation on sensations and feelings, and there's 3 classifications: pleasant, unpleasant, and neutral feelings and sensations. And with your energy, it was neutral. To lead you into this was, and I don't feel anything. I don't feel any transference of energy, transfer of any negativity, nor positivity. It was just neutral. It was just like a nice blank slate. And some people, I won't divulge where and when, but there were times where I'm teaching and you can feel the transference. Yeah, hitting the necessary mindfulness wall.
Just searing your piece.
And yeah, and because they haven't been practicing. And hopefully they get to that state where everything is calm when they meet with the teacher.
It just feels like perfect equilibrium with everything going on in your body and outside, inside. Like, it feels like the highest level of confidence just like flushed through your body and just like stayed there while remaining neutral feeling.
So tomorrow we're gonna be towards the beach area.
Yeah.
Make sure you bring something that's very beachy. Because with the sand tomorrow, and if the conditions are right, we'll lay flat on the sand on our backs and do lying down meditation. And you're gonna feel the sand sucking all of the toxins out of your body. And if you want to feel like you're on a cloud, the sand on the beach is,
thing to it.
oh my goodness, just lay there for an hour, you literally feel like, and to get back up from the sand, you're just like, I think I want to buy this little square now of the sand.
But you know what's amazing? If you can achieve this feeling, that means any like terrain or wherever you are, you can pretty much take that with you. So that's pretty amazing.
Okay, well, you have to use restroom, so we're gonna end this because it's getting late. Oh, it's 1 a.m. Oh, my knees. That would be old age. Oh, my knees. Oh. What's that TikTok video you showed me of that guy? He was like, what?
Oh, the oof. Oh.
I feel like that right now. I need my cane. Oh, I'm not this old. It's the transferable positive energy from both of you. Oh, thank you. Oh, alrighty. That was blissful.
Yeah. Like I said.
Ooh.
Forget tea, forget anything. Meditation is really.
Oh, that speaker is something else, huh? Gets the job done. All right, folks, have a good night. Have you noticed a similar? Yep, stoicism's very in line with our practice.